Okay, welcome back. And we are on conversation number 4 of our 12 conversations. And this one is short and sweet, but I think, again, a lot of you have questions about this type of thing. So let's dive right into it. This comes from my good friend Curtis. Thank you so much for submitting this. And what he said in the first message is great. I see you know some of my longtime friends, and he mentions their names. Awesome. That means to me that he took the time to actually look at Larry's profile, go through and see where their mutual friends are, who they are, where this guy hangs out. Very, very important. So I love that. And he says, anyway, I'm an executive recruiter, we're expanding into your area. You seem pretty sharp, Okay, so here I'm seeing a pattern with the first messages, and he gets a positive response anyway. And a lot of times when you do this strategy, you do, so that's awesome. But when you are reaching out to someone, saying you seem sharp, that's awesome, but you want to add something a little more personal in there. See, you can say that to literally anybody, and they'll take it in and appreciate it. But if you can say something, if you can add something like, hey, you seem sharp, I noticed your pictures and you're always dressed really nicely, you seem like you know a lot of people, then they really know that, hey, this guy took the time to look at my stuff and he's really reaching out to me as an individual. Okay, so I'm noticing a lot of people saying you seem pretty sharp. That's great, but add a little something extra in there so they know why you're reaching out to them. Another thing that you might want to add, like David did in the very first conversation, is, hey, I don't reach out to everybody, just so you know, because then that makes them feel a little more special. Okay. So again, great job, but those are just, if I'm being nitpicky and really want to find exactly how you can be the absolute best, those are things that I do that make it 10 times better. So again, this guy says, hello, send me more info on the position you're talking about. Awesome, great response. But he says, so Curtis says, sure, I'd be happy to schedule a meeting to discuss whether or not it's a fit. What are the best days for us to get together? So he assumes that this guy wants to meet face to face. That's cool. But what I would say is just be a little softer than that. When this guy, says, send me some information, I would say, hey, Larry, just so you know, since I don't reach out to everybody, I really prefer to meet with people face to face. So if we can, I can definitely meet with you on Wednesday at 2:00. That coffee shop down the road, that'd be awesome if you could meet me face to face so I can go over everything with you. And then just see how his response is, rather than assuming the meeting, because he may feel a little threatened by that or a little out of his comfort zone or whatever. So just ask him and say, hey, typically I meet people face to face. That way, when you use words like typically and things like that, that means that it shows social proof. It means you've done it before and you do this a lot, and so it kind of eases their guard down a little bit, right? If I say, usually I do this, that means that I've done it before, I'm used to it, everything's fine, it's good, and a lot of people have gone through the process, so it must be great. Hope that makes sense, because if you can use language like that, you'll really increase the amount of people you get to meet with you face to face. So hope this helps, and we'll move on to conversation number 5.